Hello, I've been extremely overstimulated and I got myself out for a coffee. And something has been bothering me a lot in the recent few days. So I thought, why not speak up about it and let it all out so that it'll at least not weigh on me as much as it does. So, what has been bothering me is the thought and the feeling that it is extremely challenging to watch someone you deeply care about make the same choice again and again that is actually harmful to them, that they themselves have realized and complained about that it is very harmful to them. And the fact that they still would go ahead and make that choice because of familiarity, because of that sense of false safety in familiarity, because of that sense of loneliness, or whatever reasons that could be. It's absolutely challenging to have people close to you do that, to watch them do that, especially after you have seen them go through a wave of emotions and a lot of stuff uh, in their life in particular situations or with particular people, or the fact that they lose their light when they are around some people or some situations, and they still constantly go back and forth, back and forth. They keep going back to those situations and to those people as a pattern, as a habit. So I was just thinking recently, which is a little while before I was recording this video, that I think so because I tend to learn my lessons as soon as I can. I automatically assume and project that expectation on the ones close to me, assuming that since they have learned that, since they have faced the same thing again and again, since they have gone through the same thing again and again, and since they themselves have acknowledged a ton of times how mentally not so healthy those choices were, there is an automatic assumption that at some point they'll stop going back to those choices. But it is absolutely heartbreaking to watch that very person or people close to you make the same choice again, in the name of maybe I wouldn't get anything better than this, or in the name of loneliness, or in the name of how will I survive alone, or all these reasons. And I understand that this is the very core reason of loneliness, is why so many of us make certain choices that might be harmful to us at some certain points in time, but might not sustain eventually. But, I'm just realizing that people have their own pace of learning things. And maybe some people need to learn the same lesson again and again and again and again and again until it's it's in a very bad state and they have no choice but to truly let go. Come to think of it, I get reminded of uh, 2 to 3 really close people to me who have constantly come to me complaining about certain situations that are not making them feel good, certain people that they don't feel good around. I have uh, people close to me breaking down and crying in their low states and sharing with me how lonely they are despite having at least 10 to 15 people around them at all times in the name of friendships. And I remember whenever I end up asking them out of their sadness or loneliness, the only thing that comes out of their mouth is, I don't have anyone. I'm alone. And then I ask, um, if you're so sad and so lonely, why are you surrounding yourself with people who make you feel lonely even when you have so many people around? Isn't that the saddest thing, to feel lonely, even when you're surrounded with a bunch of people you call friends? And the only reaction is, I don't know. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I go back to the same things that make me feel like I'm alone, even with company. I don't know why I go back to the same things that don't make me feel fulfilled. I don't know why I go back to the same things that make me feel shrunken. And I hear all these dialogues and it makes me mad in those moments because I might have known them for a while and I've seen them on and off go through those waves of the same thing back and forth again and again. And then it reminds me of certain toxic traits that I might have had, which I might have back and forth gone again and again, back and forth to, and repeated until I learned my lesson. But, you know, just makes me think, that having said all of this also, it is so difficult to watch somebody you care about make the choice that they themselves have repeatedly acknowledged has been not so fulfilling and harmful to them, because they just got used to it. All I can do is just sit and stare and not do anything. And I know I'm not supposed to do anything also. I can't control anybody except my own actions. Come to think of it, I understand that some people learn their lessons in their own pace. Maybe though until those patterns repeat again and again and again, until it has caused enough mental load, or until it has caused enough inconvenience to them that they feel that it's pretty bad enough that they have to now let go of that or get out of it. But when I also reflect the other side of the coin, I feel like, why does a person have to wait until something gets extremely bad for them to realize that it wasn't good for them? Why is it's not that bad? I mean, yeah, it's bad, but it's not that bad. A reason used to stay in situations, in jobs, in friendships, in connections, in relationships that don't feel aligned, that are mentally harmful, that are so damaging or even self-sabotaging sometimes, or that don't make us feel like we can fully be ourselves. What is the use of making such choices which do not enable us to pour our heart out without filters? What is the use of enabling such choices which make us think at least 2 to 3 times or 10 times before we can speak our mind because we are terrified that we'll be judged? What is the use of making such choices which we don't understand? You know, those kind of choices which make us feel like, or those kind of people which make us feel like, they're not that bad, but I'm not sure if I should keep them in my life or if I should let them go. I'm like pretty confused. You know, that is the sign itself. If you're that pretty confused that you're like in the in between, you're not sure if you should keep someone or let go, or keep some choice or let go, or stay in a job or let go. Of course, while having a sort of a backup plan if need be. The thing is, that is a sign in itself that it's not a hell yes. If it's not a hell, full body hell yes choice, what is the use of making that choice in itself? Isn't money, freedom, and the free will we have as adults after growing up, isn't the sole purpose of all these things to make choices that make us feel fulfilled? I don't know, man. These are the thoughts and the reflections that have been running in my head today, the entire day, because of something that has been bothering me about somebody that I deeply care about, because of some choice they are hell-bent on making, which they themselves have complained a million times that it's not good for them. We're still going ahead with it. And having said that, I have also had people close to me who constantly keep complaining about their friendships and so many other things, but they don't do anything about it actively. I have seen people who complain about how lonely they feel despite having a ton of people around. They don't do anything about it actively. It feels so sad. It's heartbreaking for me to notice such things and not be able to do anything about it. Having said this, I'm realizing that the best way I can go ahead with this, after rambling so much in the last 11 minutes, uh, although with a confused, lost mind, I'm saying is that I think the only thing I can do is let go of my assumption or expectation of what I think they should choose after all the lessons that have come their way, after all the repeated patterns, and just let them be. I think I truly have to distance myself, not let these things consume me so much, especially when the person themselves does not care so much about the weight of their actions. That not only impacts them, but also impacts the people close to them. And that is something I believe a lot of people forget considering when they're making certain life-altering decisions. So I feel like I've just come to a conclusion that best thing I can do, and I think I've decided, and I think this is the last straw of me letting go of my savior archetype, where I truly let go of the grip over what I think should happen, over that I should let go of the grip over what I think somebody should choose based on what is good for them or harmful for them. And I believe I should just let people be and let them just choose. Let them just choose based on their level of awareness. Let them just choose on their level of emotional stability. Although it is pretty hard to say this, but all I can do is just sit back and watch whatever happens, happens, and just wish them well. That's it. That's all I can do. I think that's the only thing I'll be able to do. I'll be ever able to do. Because I think I've struggled with this particular thing in almost all of my close connections for so long, that I've behaved like this person who needs to go run and help them and save them and fix them. And especially because my brain, I believe many times, has been pretty good at pattern recognition. So when I notice something and when I see that something's happening, or when I see that somebody is repeating something or something of that sort, and especially if they're very close to me, I often jump in to try to tell them, to dissect things for them, to show them, to make them see what I'm seeing. But I can't make people see what I'm seeing. I can't force open somebody's eyes when they are forcefully blindfolding their own eyes from seeing the truth. I can't change people who are choosing convenience of the comfort of some sort of familiarity that is self-sabotaging over the inconvenience of something that actually has a higher probability and potential of allowing them to feel true happiness and fulfillment. I cannot do anything about it. I feel a little helpless, I think you can see it in my face, you can see it in my hands and my expression and everything. I think this is the last straw of my savior archetype releasing itself from me, and this is the last of me letting go of what I think people should do, the people who I care about should do, or this is the last straw of me letting go of anything that people close to me choose to do or not do, whether or not they have the awareness, whether or not they have learned their lessons, whether or not they have faced the same pattern again and again and are still choosing the same thing that I and we both know that it's not so good for them. I think all I can do is let go of the grip, let go of what I think they need to do with their level of awareness and their patterns and their awareness of their own choices and its consequences. And I need to just let them be. I think it's time I completely distance myself from the idea of what I think somebody should do based on what I think what they deserve, and just let them do and choose things based on what they think that they deserve. Sometimes I might think that somebody deserves a whole planet of happiness or quality friendships or bliss or love or whatever. But it could be that their perception of themselves is that they deserve maybe a tissue paper worth love. It's very sad for me to say this, but time and again I'm seeing people selling themselves so short, settling for things but out of familiarity. And no matter how much I think that they deserve, no matter what I think their potential is, or no matter what I think out of the patterns I have noticed because of their conversations with me, because of their complaining with me, or because of the fact that I'm very close to them, no matter what I think is good for their mental health, gives them peace, or the opposite, I think I need to just let people be, distance myself, let go of my savior archetype once and for all, finally, and just let them be. And just sit back and just watch and let things unfold however it should. And just pray that whatever choices they're making, or whatever they're doing will eventually make them learn and be the person they are meant to be, to experience true fulfillment, rather than just settling for whatever scarce breadcrumbs that come their way. And I think so that this time I truly feel like letting go the strings, the emotional strings that are attached with the people close to me, that actually consume me in a proper cord-cutting way, and just not consume myself with whatever they do, and also not entertain people who complain and then go ahead and do the same thing again and again, no matter who it is, no matter how close they are to me, because it's been consuming me a lot. And maybe this time I'm letting them be and letting this go and truly choosing to distance myself emotionally and mentally. It's going to be challenging, but I'm still going to choose to, because this time it's not about whether or not they will see through the truth and choose better for themselves, or learn their lessons finally, or have the consideration to make choices based on how it impacts them and the people close to them. But I think this time it is about the fact that I have learnt my lesson. I no more choose to allow myself to get consumed by somebody's emotional instability. I choose to no more allow myself to get affected by somebody's choices based on their impulsive traits. I choose to not let myself be impacted by somebody close to me who makes choices based on familiarity, even if it is sabotaging or keeping them small, because it's not my weight to carry anymore. It's not my job to fix it. And I cannot willingly force to make someone see something they are willingly either choosing not to see, or choosing to see but not doing anything about it, and then sitting and complaining that they have a mediocre life. Having said this, I'm also having all these thoughts rushing back to me, telling me that even I have flaws and I have toxic traits and I have to do something about it and all of that. But, when I reflect on these particular rushing up thoughts, I'm realizing that I have often been someone who, even if she takes a little extra while, she does her best to not delay learning her lessons. She does her best not to repeat certain patterns that have messed up her mental health, be it letting go of certain friendships that are not serving her, or letting go of certain relationships or connections that are misaligned currently, or whatever that is, or letting go of a career and not looking back to again go back to it, especially when I know I've suffered in it. Having said this, I'm also realizing that it's time I use my neurodivergence, my brain, my ability to connect the dots, my pattern recognition, my decent emotional stability, and decent good emotional intelligence that I believe I do have, that I developed in the last few years of doing a lot of inner work on myself. It's time I pour all of that into building my life, into grounding myself, and not be bothered by people, even if it is their people close to me. Others' weight is no more my weight to carry. And I think What is mine to carry is only my actions and the way I show up and my connection to God and my connection to myself. And I think this is the energy I walk into the Firehorse here.